We have a slew of rumours and leaks about Star Citizen's 2951 Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, with 3 new ships and vehicles we're going to talk about. Most of this was reported by Star Citizen Leaks recently, but I'm going to mix that info with info that I have, and some other bits too. This is a spoilers and leaks video. As such, take it with a little bit of salt and treat everything very much as unconfirmed. We do know that the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo starts at the end of November and has lots of ships for sale, a free fly, probably a free to play with part of that as well, so anyone can try the game for free. And there's lots to do each day as a new manufacturer takes the floor and shows off their wares. The Expo appears to be at the Tobin Convention Centre at Microtech on New Babbage this year. You'll be able to get there from the train network and it will be fully signposted. I had originally heard that it was going to be a new location being built at Orison on Crusader for this Expo, but it seems that it's not ready for this year's Intergalactic Aerospace Expo yet. I had previously expected it to be there, but it does make sense that it's going to be at the Tobin Convention Centre instead, especially because, well, New Babbage has an area to spawn ground vehicles in, and it has a fully featured space station, unlike Crusader, which doesn't really have either of those. All of us are not ideal. Also, the general performance around that area, Microtech, is significantly better than around Crusader and Orison. You can expect to see the Ares Iron and Inferno, as we know, as well as the Redeemer at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. They're likely going to be flyable in 3.15.1, a new patch which is expected to be deployed at the same time. The Redeemer is being described as a firepower superiority combat gunship, so expect it to be very shooty. Lots of people have said, oh, just how shooty? We'll have to wait and see, just in case there's any tweaks just before they release it. There are 3 new ships and vehicles that are premiering. I can't words at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo this year. The Misk Odyssey. Let's start with this one. So this is supposed to be a multi-crew Wayfarer ship and appears to be a small, long-range explorer for a small group of players. The ship looks to be a concept that will be on sale at the same time that the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is running, rather than straight to flyable or soon to flyable or anything like that. And is almost certainly the exploration ship that they talked about at CitizenCon, made more fleshy. So it looks like they probably had these ships that they talked about in CitizenCon or vehicles in the works already, and that makes sense. I'm hoping this is extremely long range, resistant to environments, and maybe has medical facilities on. That would be so good if it does. Someone suggested that maybe it's got a water exploration potential, but that's very much I reckon. Again, maybe there's some place in the verse for very specifically designed, focused gameplay exploration ships. So maybe if it's looking for wormholes more actively or something like that, maybe that's a good idea. We do have a lot of exploration ships coming into the game. A small multi-crew one, yeah, I think there's probably a place for it though, and we'll have to wait and see exactly what its focus within that is. The Argo Raft is the next ship I want to talk about. This is a small, multi-crew industrial cargo hauler, and supposed to be an entry-level cargo hauler, but for the long-range haul. Star Citizen Leaks seem to think that it might be straight to flyable at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, or in 3.15.1, and if not then in 3.16, at least possibly. However, I do think it's more likely that they'll just have a model at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Maybe you'll be able to explore that model a bit. I don't think it's fully finished already or near ready yet, but we'll have to wait and see. I do think it'll be in the game a bit later, probably early 2022 personally. We don't have stats on the ship. I don't even know what raft means, other than probably FT means freight transport. If you do have any idea what raft stands for, or want to have a great guess, chuck it in the comments below. I'd love to listen to your ideas there, but I'm reckoning that it's probably between the hull A and hull B sort of level as a cargo hauler, maybe up to 100 to 150 SU of cargo. I mean, it needs to be a reasonable amount because it's a multi-crew ship, yeah? That makes sense. If it was just a single seater, it'd be a bit different. That's sort of my view there. It's kind of hard to tell, though, exactly where they want the ship to land. We do have quite a few cargo ships planned for the game already, with, I mean, dedicated ones being the Hull series and the Gatak Rylan, and then you've got loads of other ships which obviously can be very viable cargo transporters and or have a focus towards cargo transports like the Caterpillar, things like that as well. So there's quite a few there. We'll have to wait and see exactly where that ship sort of fits in to the universe. There's also the Anvil Spartan, which I'm actually quite excited about. So this is an Atlas vehicle platform. Basically, it's based on the Ballista chassis that we already have in game. So remove the big missiles from it, and then you have, well, probably an APC. That's what it probably is going to be, I would expect. So it was previously talked about at CitizenCon that they wanted a new sort of military ground vehicle or an APC or something similar to that. The Spartan, maybe a nod to Halo, or just maybe a nod to the word Spartan. It's a military APC for getting your Marines around on the ground. That's what I'd expect from this. That's not confirmed what it is, but if you took that bet, I would expect you to win. Could it be straight to drivable at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo? It's possible, if it's based on the Ballista chassis. But the thing is that with the Odyssey and with the Spartan, they basically mentioned these at CitizenCon. Now, I was expecting them to be not as far along as this. Not even ready for concepting phase, not even ready for them to talk about, but it looks like a lot more thought had gone into them before they had shown them, or before they had even started talking about them. So, yeah. You can expect to see the Spartan, Raft, and maybe even the Odyssey on the HoloViewer at the event, if not in the flesh. And obviously these ships should have pages on them, and we're about to learn a load more about them at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo and during those sales. Other ships mentioned that we might see on the floor or the HoloViewer based on their production state, things like the X-1, the Gatak Raylan, the Endeavour, the Merchantman, the new Liberator concept. I would expect to see a few more and probably see the latest model of things like the Corsair and the Kraken and all that sort of jazz. And pretty much any ship that is in-game or has a model in-game will be shown or available to rent during the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo on the floor as well. Maybe not the Idris, maybe not the Javelin, maybe not the Bengal Carrier, admittedly. They're not in the hands for players yet, but maybe we'll see them flying around doing other events and things. Something that was mentioned in an audio leak, which I'll mention now, the Pioneer was talked about. It's referred to as a mobile construction yard that facilitates planetary settlement through the construction of modular structures. We know that base building sort of expanded somewhat since the original concept, and the Pioneer is going to have many more functions, or at least different functions than just plonking down outposts, it seems. There's also some implications for the Constellation that there may be even more variants of the ship in the future as well, so that sounds cool. Where is the mobile refinery ship, though, that at least I've been expecting? That's a good question. It doesn't seem to have been mentioned by Star Citizen leaks, and in the recent audio leaks and some other leaks that we've seen, it hasn't been explicitly mentioned, so it's possible that it's not at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. It could be something that they want to release with 3.16. It might be that it's just not ready. It might be something they show in 2022. We just don't know at this stage. It did look to me, at the very least, that it was going to be at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, especially because it was a ship that they showed a very fuzzy picture of at CitizenCon, and they were like, we're going to show it soon. But soon might not be yet. So we've got loads of other stuff coming at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. We might see that mobile refinery ship this year, but we don't know. You can expect limited hull ships like the Idris and Javelin to be on sale during that event in small waves. We'll find out more details of that closer to the event. And if you're looking for a limited hull ship, rare ship, then they should be available, but sold in very limited amounts. There might be some new recruitment rewards for people that recruit people during that event as well, and I was hearing about some other event features that might be on at the same time, but nothing really specific I can talk about, because at the time I was heard about them, I was expecting it to be on Orison, so that stuff might have changed. We won't know until literally we see it, what's going on. But boom, that's it for a little sneaky peeky, or a leaky peeky. But I'm interested to know what you think. Will you be picking up one of those new ships or vehicles? Do you like the sound of the new Argo Raft, Spartan, or Odyssey? Do you have your sights on getting a capital ship like an Idris or a Javelin? Will you be showing off Star Citizen to some friends during the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, assuming there is a free fly event at the same time? Do you think we'll see a mobile refinery ship this year? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. You should definitely check out nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. There are absolutely limitless amount of unproven health benefits that I can make up about that product now, but you probably want it because of its security and privacy benefits. Or maybe the ability to appear to be in a different country so you can tell your friends that you're on holiday, or, I don't know, view Netflix from somewhere else. You'll like Nord so much you'll probably buy it for all of your friends and family for Christmas. Just an idea. Links are also below. Something much more random that you might be interested in is that one of my friends is involved with a Vampire Masquerade roleplay Kickstarter, which is currently on until the 5th of November. War of Ages helps introduce Nordic LARP to players that haven't done that before, but also sort of bridges tabletop LARP and Mind's Eye Theatre all together. Check that out if you're into roleplay or vampire, or you want to get some sort of roleplay, vampire universe aspecty thing going on. What ship are we giving away in October? It is one of the most exciting ships we've given away, and one of the most popular. It's the Argo Cargo. So many people liked it, we thought we'd give one away, instead of a Mercury Star Runner, or a Carrack, or something else. You can do fun things, like fly around a planet, or fly very slowly into the sun. And it also makes my top 16 ships that I liked in the Ship Showdown this year. What else could you possibly want other than that ship? Well, I'm also giving away a 100i with a Star Citizen Game Package 2, given to another random commenter selected in the same way. If you'd like to further support the channel, you can join a load of other people that already do, by clicking the YouTube join button underneath one of my videos, or via Patreon. It goes a long way to help feed mine and Zin's ship habit. We buy lots of spaceships, well, at least I do. She gets paid a real human wage, like a real human. Thanks for watching, please take care, and I'll see you in the verse.